Alrighty, that's the spot.
Oh.
See it?
Wow.
Yeah. Alright, we'll send that off so they can just confirm exactly what it is.
What's up, you guys? It's your boy, Pretty Boy Floyd, man. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about my cyst removal from my ear. Alright, you guys, so just found out about 2 weeks after I had made this video and I was about to upload it that it's not actually a cyst. It's actually called a hemangioma. It's different from a cyst. Basically, a hemangioma is a cluster of blood vessels. It's a benign bump. It's not anything to cause concern. Nobody knows the cause of this, but because you guys know, like, bro, I had to go to 3 different specialists just to find out that it was a hemangioma, and that was after they sent it off for testing in order to see what it is. So the first doctor I went to, he said that it was a keloid because I had thought it was a keloid because it looked like a keloid. Then the second doctor I went to had said it was a cyst because underneath light it was like blue and stuff, and he's pretty certain that it was a cyst. So then went to the plastic surgeon. He thought, yeah, I think this is a cyst too. It wasn't until that we sent it off to go to testing that we found out that it was a hemangioma. So it's just a cluster of blood vessels. Nobody knows the exact cause again. So yeah. So just please excuse me calling this a cyst. It's not actually a cyst. Specifically, it's called a hemangioma. I'm also going to include like in the past, all right, let's just get this straight. Okay, I have some really weird ears, and I know nobody really cares about the ears and stuff, but nobody really looks at ears like that, but unless they're like abnormally like big or like they pop out like this. But as you can see, my ears are like super small and they're like really pointy. I used to be made fun of a lot of my pointy like small like ears when I was younger. But now, I mean, I barely hear it now, but maybe that's just because I'm around adults and stuff. I don't really bring it up, but yeah, it's definitely something that's always like, it's been an insecurity of mine. And I've always had trouble with it too. When I was a baby, I've had like infections, like ear infections and stuff. I just recently had an ear infection like a couple months back because earwax got clogged up in my ears, and I had to like go to patient first to like flush it out. Never had to do that before, but as of recently, for some weird reason, like my ear is starting to get clogged up more. Yeah, I had an ear infection, I had to take antibiotics for it. I got my ears flushed out, and it was like I couldn't hear out of one ear, so I had to go to patient first, and like they had to like wash it out and stuff like that. I had stopped using Q-tips for like a while because I heard that they were bad for you, and I feel like maybe that's why my ears started getting clogged up recently, because another time they did get clogged up, but it wasn't that severe that I need to go back and get them cleaned. But I definitely think that like I should probably think about getting my ears like cleaned yearly, or maybe like bi-yearly. But yeah, also I recently had to go to the esthetician because I started having blackheads in my ear. And by blackheads, I mean like they were like on the I don't even know what you would call this, like they were near the ear canal and kind of like close to the ear canal. So like when I got a facial, I actually had to get the esthetician to like extract it, because the person that pointed it out to me was my mom. She had to point out that that there were blackheads in my ear, like there was a black dot there and stuff. Now I didn't know how to get rid of it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, how to extract it or this or that. I never know how to do it by myself, but the esthetician just took one of those extraction tools and kind of just did it herself. So I think when I get facials and stuff like that, I'm really gonna start paying attention to my ears. The ears have just been something I've never like paid attention to, and I don't think a lot of people do. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of people don't have to, for real, because like I just have really weird, abnormal like ears, and they come with like probably problems that like a lot of people don't have to deal with. But you know me, trials and tribulations of Pretty Boy Floyd, It's gotta be me that's gotta have ear problems, every little thing. So there was this one bump on my ear, and I feel like I've had this bump on my ear since I was like 20. Never thought anything of it. I just remember like one day kind of feeling my ear because like a spot kind of hurt, and it was a bump, and I was just thinking that it was maybe just like a pimple that was, you know, about to erupt or whatever. But months had passed and nothing, like it didn't develop in like with like a whitehead or anything like that. It just kind of stayed there. And to be honest, up until now, for 5 years, I've ignored that spot because it's never caused me any pain, like other than the pain that it first started having, which like made me like be like, what is this? And I even remember telling my mom too, and she's not gonna admit to this, but I even told her like, what is this thing on my ear? And she was like, it looks like it's just part of your ear. I don't think it's anything wrong. Her biggest thing is that she always calls me a hypochondriac because I go to the doctors like if I feel different or like, you know, something's off. She's not gonna admit to that, but it did start growing like little by little, to the point where every time that I saw her, she started pointing it out to me and saying, AJ, what is that thing on your ear? It looks like it's growing, blah, 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 blah. What is that? What is that? What is that? And she was telling me to get it checked out at the dermatologist. She even did this too. My video when I was talking about like pimples around my mouth, like on my lip. And you know, I've always gotten pimples and things like that. I have acne prone skin. But she was real serious about that pimple on my lip. If you guys don't know, it's like, yo, like a lot of these like tendencies, and like these vain like habits that I have, it's actually from her. It's actually because of her. Like there's always a reason to why somebody acts the way that they act. You know what I'm saying? They may not know fully, but I kind of know fully. It's usually from her. Like my perfectionism, and the reason why I'm so hard on myself is because of her. Because the thing is with her, if I don't get it removed or if I don't like get rid of it, she's gonna like make fun of me for it. She's gonna keep bringing it up, and it's gonna be really freaking annoying. So I went to the dermatologist, and I even went to the esthetician. I went to the dermatologist. They were all like, at first were just like, what spot are you talking about? You know, because I guess they're like expecting like this big obvious thing on my ear, right? And I had to like always like position it like up, like I always had to like bring it to their attention. It's right there. And then they had to look at it and be like, I never noticed that on you. You know, they could always have said, you know, I have noticed that, or they could have said something at first. A lot of times when I go to the dermatologist or the doctor, you know, they'll ask me, even with this scar tissue spot on my leg, like if I ever wear shorts or like if the doctor's like physically examining me, they'll ask me about like that spot and be like, does that bother you at all? Or, you know, does it hurt, this, that, or blah, 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 is it growing? You know, they'll ask me about the spot on my leg, but never about my ear. I've had doctors go in my ears for years and like, you know, look in there and stuff like that, but they've never pointed this out. So it's never been that big of a deal, but my mother has made it a very big deal. My doctor was like, he was examining it with a light. He said it was a cyst because it had like a bluish color underneath the skin or something like that. He gave me contact information to a plastic surgeon. Went into the plastic surgeon, got into consultation. In about 2 or 3 weeks, we went in for surgery, which I have clips of that. So if you guys are like really sensitive to like blood and stuff, you know, you might want to turn off the video. So basically, bro, he numbs me up. The numbing part always hurts. Oh my God, it always hurts. Just like with that needle, like going in it, oh my gosh, it just freaking hurts. It's not like crazy painful, but it makes me go, but it's just for a quick second. It numbs up the area. So he numbed up that area, and I told him, I said, you know, while he's at it, how about we get this this scar tissue thing on my leg done too. So he injected steroid, I don't know what it's called, but I think it's steroids into the scar tissue. So this scar tissue, It's like, it's regular in shape and, you know, things like that. I don't think it's been growing, but still, yo, like when I like accidentally like rub on it, I remember even which is what made me like really want to like get this thing checked out, was like, I remember like sleeping and like in my dreams I had felt like it was like really hurting, or like something was like pecking it. I don't know. It like I said, it was a dream, but it felt like kind of real. And I was feeling pain in that area, and it went away. And it doesn't always hurt, but if I rub it against something or, you know, something like that, yeah, it hurts. So I definitely want to get that removed. My mom has also pointed that out to me, and even some friends too. Like if I ever wear like shorts, they'll ask like, what is that spot? But they'll never ask about this spot. They never ask about the spot on the ear. And to be honest with you, if I go out with my friends and one of them are like, oh, you finally got that spot off your ear, those some fake ass friends, bro. Because this entire time they probably were like talking shit about my damn spot on my ear. And like, there's a lot of power to this, man. The first law of power, which is make more enemies than friends. So like, your friends are not going to tell you like hurtful things, because sometimes the truth hurts. That's even in David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me. Bullies and people that don't like you, they will say things, they will say really mean things to you in a very hurtful way to hurt you, because they know that the truth hurts. And it's crazy that the truth freaking hurts. Like, it's crazy that most of the times we live in delusion so much that if somebody tells us the reality, it hurts us. Isn't that crazy? But anyways, a lot of times a hater or, you know, an enemy is going to tell you, you know, really hurtful things because they're going to try to hurt your feelings. But a lot of times what they'll use is the truth. You know, in David Goggins' book, when he was talking about in a chapter, Truth Hurts, he was calling himself a fat motherfucker. I mean, you know, not only were other people calling it, but he had to say it to himself, and he had to do something about it. So in the 48 Laws of Power, what Robert Greene brings up is like this king, you know, or whatever, was walking in the streets, and somebody that really hated him had told him that his breath smelt, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, he had like the worst breath ever. And he did. He had like a problem or something like that. And he went back home to his wife and got like super mad at his wife and was just like, why didn't you tell me my breath smelt? And her response was, because I didn't want you to be mad at me, you know? So that's not like the exact story, but when you read the 48 Laws of Power, you'll understand that. But I've always been told make more enemies than friends. I mean, I haven't been told it directly, but I've always heard about it, and now I'm starting to understand it. So even this little spot on my ear, my mother could be hypercritical about it, or anybody can be like super hypercritical of you, and it may not be a spot that's that big of a deal, but the devil's in the details, you know? So it's just like, you should probably do something about it. If it's something that you can fix and improve, and hell, if she's seen it, probably other people have seen it too. Like, people can talk about my big nose and you know, things like that, and, you know, can use that against me if they hate me, or like if they're trying to like make fun of me. But it's, you know, it's like the truth hurts, so it's like they're gonna like use that to like try and hurt my feelings. But are they right? Yeah. Should I get it fixed? You know, depends on the person, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're fat and like people bully you by being like, you fat ass or this or that, and they really like come at you, it's because they're trying to hurt your feelings, and the truth hurts. So it's just like, well, you should fix it, right? Depending if you want to or not. So like, it just really comes down to if you want to or not. And it's just like, you know, some people, instead of like hearing the truth and, you know, things like that, is like they try to avoid everybody and an environment where they criticize you. You know what I'm saying? And criticism is important for growth. It's uncomfortable, the truth hurts, but it's going to make you a better person. If you keep on trying to avoid criticism, you keep on trying to avoid the haters, you keep on trying to avoid your enemies, you're not going to get any better. So really, when somebody's saying something to you, even if they're being hypercritical, if they're being jealous, if they're hating, if they're doing any of that, always take it in and try to understand it. don't just think like, oh, they're just being a hater and brush them off. You know what I'm saying? I talk about haters a lot on my channel. I talk about haters a lot in my life, but hell, them haters have helped me grow, bro. Like, they've really helped me grow. So a big thank you to my haters, like, for real. But just know that the most love goes to my fans and the people that support me. You know what I'm saying? But the haters do play a big role in my growth, and I'm appreciative of that. And you have to be appreciative of that. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't hating, if niggas ain't hating on you, then you're doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? So start getting busy, bro. Start getting busy. They gonna criticize you if you do something or if you don't do something. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just talking. But anyways, yeah, man. So that's it for this video. I think that's all I have to say for this video. After the surgery, in terms of pain, and like what it felt like, I didn't even talk to you guys about what it felt like. After it was numb, I didn't feel anything. I think the most weirdest part was hearing them saw that thing off. I think that was like the grossest, most, like, I started feeling a little queasy, and just felt like weird. He was sawing it off and he took it out, and, you know, he sent it in for testing, and we plopped it down like in the glass jar. Like, it felt kind of dense, which was, I don't know, it's just weird. But I was fine. I was awake for the whole thing, just local anesthesia, and I recorded it too, as you guys can see. After that, after the numbing went away, it did hurt a little bit, and I did take in a leave. I did take one to leave, because hey, pain ain't nothing to joke about, bro. Pain ain't nothing to whatever. You could, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, take the pain pill, bro. Like, what do you gain from not? Like, just take the fucking pain pill. Even if it's a little bit of pain, you think you can endure it, trust me, constant, annoying, like pain that's like, you could even say the pain is like a 2 out of 10. But if that 2 out of 10 pain lasts for like 2 or 3 hours, it's an annoyance. You know what I'm saying? So just take the fucking pain pill. That's it for this video, you guys. And as always, stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready. Peace.